fuck the with man Jackson. You're watching WGS-TV.
Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer. I'm Billy Boudreaux, and guys, I actually watched No Way Out last night, so instead of the Stellar Man actually having his pay-per-view review this time, you're going to get me talking about No Way Out. Now, on the pre-show, from what I was told, since I did miss that, Brodus Clay defeated David Otunga via countout because of apparently David Otunga took a walk. That's all I can tell you, really. So let's go ahead and look at the opening match, which was the World Heavyweight Championship match. Sheamus defending against Dolph Ziggler. Now, at first it had the appeal to look that it was going to go like the 18-second route, like they did with Daniel Bryan back at WrestleMania. And tell you what, if they would have repeated that, I'll tell you what, there would have been a lot of fans that would have been pissed off about that, me included. But as far as the matchup in itself, there were some botches in there. I really don't know who to fault that for, because it was very hard to tell. I could tell you from a commentator standpoint like myself, one of the things I would have tried to have done to try to cover up the fact that it was a botch is possibly go on by saying, counters and stuff like that. Try to, work it into an angle where the fan doesn't realize that it's a botch. Because if you can do that, successfully, that's the mark of a good commentator, in my opinion. Michael Cole hasn't reached that status yet, in my opinion. But anyway, by the way, it's just my opinion. The matchup in itself, I thought it was okay. Like I said, despite the botches, really good spots. Really great spot, the X Factor slam from off the top rope. I got to give it to Dolph Ziggler for that one, and Sheamus for that one too. I thought that was pretty ingenious. Haven't seen one of those ever. But really great match. I'm going to go 4 out of 5. Sheamus retains the World Heavyweight title. Now, despite the fact that Dolph Ziggler was a filler, I wouldn't have been shocked to see him put the title on him. But I think if they would have maybe a better build, and if Dolph Ziggler was the featured opponent instead of a filler, because originally, remember, it was originally scheduled to be Alberto Del Rio to be Sheamus' opponent, not Dolph Ziggler. Next up was the tuxedo match between Santino Marella and Ricardo Rodriguez. Why? Now, from a comedic standpoint, yeah, I can see. Yeah, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. I want to say one thing. Santino Marella's tuxedo, I wonder if he got that from Jim Carrey, because he kind of wore like a whole blue tuxedo thing like he did in Dumb and Dumber. And that's kind of what Santino wore to the ring last night. Ricardo Rodriguez in his usual stuff. And how do you describe a matchup that was supposed to be funny but wasn't? Well, there were a few funny things about it, but overall, I would have preferred the Divas match over to this one, to be honest with you guys. Now, a few of the funny things, yeah, they were funny, especially seeing the fact that now Santino Marella can do the Cobra on his foot. Yeah. So now it's no longer just a strike with the hand, it's a strike with the foot. So Santino Marella obviously gets the win, and apparently Ricardo Rodriguez wears Alberto Del Rio underwear. I don't know. 2 out of 5. I just want to give it a 2 out of 5, just for trying. Next up was the Intercontinental title match between Christian and Cody Rhodes. Awesome match. Wonderful. Like I said before, in the weeks leading into this match, I was expecting something good from Christian and Cody Rhodes, and they delivered a wonderful match. a very entertaining Intercontinental title match. And that's something we rarely see nowadays in the WWE, in my opinion, is a very good, exciting, entertaining Intercontinental title match. And Christian and Cody Rhodes delivered by far one of the best Intercontinental title matches I've seen in quite some time. I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5. That's how good I thought it was. It was a great match. Christian retains the title. So I want to see how they play this out coming up on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I mean, if Cody Rhodes is finished with the Intercontinental title, you know, if they're not going to push him anymore for the IC title, I mean, who are they going to have next? Who are they going to push towards the Intercontinental title now? You know, who's going to be the next opponent of sorts for Christian? I want to see which route WWE goes from there. They could keep it with Cody Rhodes, but there's only so much that they can do with Cody Rhodes towards the Intercontinental title. Especially with the next pay-per-view being Money in the Bank. Next up was a matchup that wasn't announced, but it was a fatal four-way tag team match. It was the Primetime Players, that's Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, Epico and Primo, the Usos, and Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. Interesting pairings. Very interesting pairings. Apparently, with the winner of this match gets to be the new #1 contender. Now, something interesting to note here. There were reports going around that the whole angle of the Abraham Washington stable was going to be totally scrapped. You know, they weren't even going to use it. They weren't going to do anything with it. But yet, he comes out with Epico and Primo. Now, something that was really interesting to note, there was a lot. This was a really good Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. And one of the awesome spots I really thought was really great. Sorry, I'm trying to speak here while I'm clearing my throat here. That's why I got the Coke. Anyway, it was all the other competitors were out, and it looked like Primo was going to try something. Primo was going to try something. Tyson Kidd cut him off the pass, and then did a Huracan Rana to the outside, landing on everybody else in the match on the outside. Phenomenal spot. Phenomenal spot. But then it led to two things. It led to Darren Young hitting a move on Primo, and instead of Epico being able to help him, Abraham Washington, his supposed manager, cuts him off at the pass, and the Primetime Players win the match. And then we see Abraham Washington has now apparently dumped Epico and Primo, and now has signed to his stable the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. And it looks like possibly now we have a face turn for Epico and Primo because they went after Abraham Washington. So possibly a face turn in the works. As far as this match goes, I thought it was great. 4.5 out of 5. Especially for that spot with Tyson Kidd doing the Huracan Rana to the outside on Primo, and they all landed on the rest of the opponents in the match. The next up was Triple H's appearance, his scheduled appearance, and it pretty much went the way that I thought it was going to go. You know, I've had my suspicions for the longest time that they were going to actually cultivate a match between Triple H and Lesnar at SummerSlam. I mean, I posted up a video about a couple of months ago, you know, talking about that very subject, talking about that very topic. You know, because I thought it would be possible for them, if they want to cultivate a really good match with two really big names like Triple H and Lesnar, the only proper way to do it would be at a major pay-per-view. And the next major pay-per-view that's coming up, one of the big fours, SummerSlam. And that's pretty much what Triple H pretty much said. You know, he wants to fight Lesnar on a big stage, and SummerSlam is a really big stage for the WWE. So it pretty much went the way I was going to go. So we probably will have that match, guys. We'll probably have that match that have been, that I talked about a couple of months ago. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Looks like it's really going to go that way. Then next up, we had Layla and Beth Phoenix for the Divas title. First off, always great to see Layla, and always great to see Beth Phoenix. But as far as this match goes, I thought it was okay for a Divas match. Again, both Layla and Beth Phoenix, two of the Divas who I feel belong in the category of having, you know, both the look and the talent to be in a wrestling ring. Layla has come a long way since over a year ago when she was with Michelle McCool as Laycool, and you know, her talent has really progressed. I mean her in-ring talent, guys. I don't mean that other kind of talent, if you know what I mean. But I thought Beth Phoenix might have gotten the title tonight, but apparently the WWE wants to keep pushing Layla with the Divas Championship. So I'd like to know where they're going to be going from here with Layla as the Divas Champion. I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was fantastic. But I deducted a couple of points considering the fact that Layla did some sort of weird, I guess, dance. Apparently they wanted Layla to try to be entertaining of sorts, and they had her do some goofy dance on Beth Phoenix. I don't know why. Then we had Sin Cara and Hunico, I guess, as a time filler match. Because of, I don't know. I really don't know what the point was. You know, they could have made the match better. But then again, the last few encounters they had with Sin Cara and Hunico, they could have made better. You know, they could have made it more exciting, more high-flying. But they did not go that route. Which, of course, you know, Sin Cara was going to win because, you know, he's the one that's getting the return. He's getting the push. It wasn't as botchy as Sin Cara matches have been as of late. So I guess maybe they've been taking my advice of sorts. I don't know. But there really was no point to the match. I'm going to just go ahead and give it an average score. Sin Cara defeating Hunico 3 out of 5. That's pretty much all I can say about it. Whenever I'm watching a Sin Cara match with the lights down, that's almost like a bad acid trip or something like that. I don't know. It's like can you imagine somebody on weed, you know, getting ready to watch a Sin Cara match? He takes a big woof, then the lights go down and like, whoa. All right. That's my comedic bit for the review. Sorry about that. Then next up, we had CM Punk, Kane, and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. This matchup delivered the hype. You know, this match lived up to its hype. I thought it was phenomenal. It was really hard to say. You know, if I had the time to put up a predictions video, I would have had the darndest time trying to come up with a prediction for CM Punk, Kane, and Daniel Bryan, because there were so many routes, especially considering the when you factor in AJ as one of the variables. And by the way, screw you, Kane. You got the chance to make out with AJ, you lucky bastard. I don't care if it was scripted. You still got to make out what I can feel is one of the hottest divas in the WWE right now, AJ. I so wanted to be Kane. Anyway. Enough of my problems. Anyway, CM Punk, Kane, Daniel Bryan, again, wonderful match. But again, there were so many possibilities, so many different variables, so many routes that it could have gone. You know, you could have had Kane become champion. You could have Daniel Bryan become champion. And by the way, if Daniel Bryan would have become champion, I really would have ordered a Daniel Bryan t-shirt off of WWEshop.com. That's how far I was willing to go. And didn't go that route. Apparently, WWE feels like I feel about CM Punk being champion. The dude's a really hot commodity. You know, he's a really big name now. You know, he's done a lot since becoming WWE champion. And apparently, they're going to keep it with him. Next up, we had, by the way, the match, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Phenomenal match. Best match of the night. And with Christian and Cody Rhodes coming in a close second. Ryback and 2 jobbers. Do I really have to go into it? Do I really have to talk about it? Crowd chanted Goldberg. Ryback destroyed 2 guys. And something to note, and apparently they might start doing now, is before he delivered the double Fisherman's Buster finisher, he said, "Feed me 3." Now, 2, when I saw it for the first time, I was impressed. But if he can pull off 3, is that even possible? Is it physically possible? Can he fit 3 guys up on his shoulders like that? and do a triple Fisherman's Buster? Is it possible he can do that? You know, I thought a double Fisherman Buster was impossible, but he pulled it off. So if he can pull off 2 guys, I wonder if he can pull off 3. Now, if he can pull off 3 guys in a triple Fisherman's Buster, that'll impress me. Because that'll be something that no one's ever seen. I haven't seen it. I can't think of anybody else that's ever seen it. So maybe. Who knows? We might see it tonight on Raw. We might. 1 out of 5, you know, because it's a Ryback squash match, which leads up to the steel cage match between John Cena and the Big Show. Now, you want to talk about a match with so many different possibilities, so many different endings, and so many ways it could have gone. You know, there were rumors that McMahon was going to turn heel and turn on John Cena just to get him fired. There was also rumors that you know, Big Show was going to beat John Cena. I know, like, all during the day before No Way Out, and in fact, the day before, something was trending, you know, saying, like, thank you, Cena, for everything. It was like people on Twitter were really convinced that John Cena was not going to win, and that he was going to lose, and he was going to be fired tonight on Raw. Well, apparently, they were wrong. John Cena was able to get the win. Things that we need to keep in mind is Brodus Clay came out and ran interference when Big Show was about to come out to... all right, let me set it up. All right, Big Show knocked out the referee by accident. Then he knocked out John Cena, and Laurinaitis had apparently knocked out the referee on the outside because of he went to stop the cage. Vince McMahon had stopped him, and then McMahon got assaulted from behind by Laurinaitis. And so both referees were down. Big Show was about to walk out, and then here comes Brodus Clay with a steel chair, cutting off Big Show at the pass. It looked like Big Show was going to climb over the top to the cage. Yeah, Big Show was going to do that. And but next thing you know, we had Alex Riley. Poor Alex Riley. This is the only time you can get it on a pay-per-view nowadays, is running to the ring and getting thrown off a cage. And Santino Marella. Then next thing you know, Zack Ryder comes up. He's starting to climb, and then wham! The WMD and through the cage, and Zack Ryder plummets like a sack of potatoes. Then Kofi Kingston comes out, and he almost leaps, in a sense, almost to the top of the cage, and kicks the Big Show all the way down to keep him from leaving. And next thing you know, John Cena's up. He picks him up, hits the attitude adjustment, and then instead of walking to the cage, you know, walking to the door, he's going to climb over it. And it looked like Laurinaitis was going to cut him off at the pass with the crutch that he had, and Big Show was scooching his way towards the door, since Brodus Clay's attention was taken away from Big Show at the door, and he went towards John Laurinaitis and held him down, and everybody was thinking, oh, this is how it's going to happen. Brodus Clay took his eye off the ball, and Big Show was going to climb out of the ring and be declared the winner. But Cena was a little bit faster. He dropped down before Big Show had a chance to, and Cena's declared the winner. And then next thing you know, Cena was about to give the AA tour to Laurinaitis, and then before that, this man got on the microphone, "You're fired!" And next thing you know, Laurinaitis gets the AA through the Spanish announce table, and you know, it's not a proper WWE pay-per-view unless the Spanish announcer table is abused in some form or fashion. 4 out of 5 in this match, and I must say, I was laughing my ass off when Laurinaitis got fired. You know, basically that means Botchamania is over when it comes to Laurinaitis. So we don't have to hear that kind of voice in here and screw up his words over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Overall, great pay-per-view. Not as probably good as Slammiversary was, but Slammiversary was really, really, really good. No Way Out. Whew, I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5. They had some squash matches and some filler matches. I really didn't understand why. If maybe they would have promoted the matches a little bit more, you know, maybe they would have promoted Sakad and Nico and promoted the Fatal 4-Way Tag match, I can understand it. Why in the world are they still doing Ryback squash matches on a pay-per-view is beyond me. I don't understand the point of it or the reasoning behind it. But what I want to know is, what did you guys think of No Way Out? You know, do you agree with my rating as a 3.5 out of 5? Or do you guys have a different score? You know, and give me your reasons for it. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. By the way, don't forget to visit the official Facebook page of WGS-TV, facebook.com/WGS-TV. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGame. So with that being said, I'm Billy Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching.
GCW, Gulf Coast Wrestling, where the bad boys play.
Gulf Coast Wrestling of Louisiana proudly presents Ring of Fire at the New Iberia City Park Rec Center in New Iberia, Louisiana, Friday, June 22nd. And Cajun Carnage at the American Legion Hall in Abbeville, Louisiana, Saturday, June 23rd. Come out and watch your GCW superstars put it all on the line as we bring the most intense, most high-impact wrestling that we have to offer. Those on the card, Kid Crash, as well as the one and only Green Man, well named Mikey Boudreaux, Flip Wolfman Jackson. Another on the line here is the Big Mother Trucker himself, Trucker Jones, Big John Steele, the GCW Abbeville Tag Team Champions, High Definition, as well as the Heavyweight Champion, The Rocket. Also featuring former WWE superstar and diva, the female fighting phenom Jazz, and Red Dog Rodney Mack. That's right, folks. Come out to Abbeville and New Iberia, June 22nd and 23rd, as we bring you some of the most intense wrestling here in South Louisiana. Now, tickets are on sale in both locations. For the Iberia show, GCW-GulfCoastWrestling.com, then click the tickets icon. And for the Abbeville show, call 772-8010, 517-6548, and 517-0823. Once again, folks, this is a double weekend, Friday and Saturday, June 22nd and 23rd, New Iberia and Abbeville, Ring of Fire, Cajun Carnage. You do not want to miss this, folks. You have every opportunity, so get your tickets now. This is action. This is adrenaline. This is G.